What's up, Pokemon fans? We're the Hex Maniacs, and today we're having a special kind of video. Instead of opening up cards, we're going to be celebrating reaching 50 subscribers. We're finally going to be doing our Q&A video. We're pretty excited about it. I know I can't wait to hear what some of Brittany's answers are myself, so I hope you guys are excited too. We got around like 45 questions, so hopefully you guys stick around to see the answers to all of them. And we don't want to butcher any of your usernames, so instead of saying them, we're just going to have them like pop up on the screen. Okay, so our very first question was probably the most popular one, and it's, how long have you been collecting?
So I collected a little bit earlier in life, when I was much younger, when Pokemon first came out, and kind of didn't collect for a lot of years, and then recently, like within the last year, I started collecting again, so like my current collection is whatever I've collected in the past couple of months, basically.
Mine is very similar to Brittany's. I used to collect when I was younger, and then probably fell out of it when I was maybe, I would think, 11, and I lost all of those cards. And I just started collecting again in September, so just like her, my new collection is just anything I've gotten within this year.
Who's your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon is not Umbreon. A couple people actually said to me, what is your favorite Pokemon? I know it's Umbreon, but you can't say Umbreon. It's not even Umbreon, so I don't have to say that one. It's Lucario. And I like Lucario the most because I actually got out of Pokemon, like I said, when I was around 11. And when I got back into it, Lucario is actually what kind of made me get interested in it again. I was watching Cartoon Network for some random reason, and it was the Lucario movie, and I just thought he was so awesome, so he's one of my favorites for that reason. He's always in all of my teams whenever I play Pokemon.
I think mine is actually probably Umbreon, which is pretty weird, but I don't know. I usually go with Eevee. I usually say Eevee's my favorite so that I can pick any evolution I want, but Umbreon's probably my favorite of all the evolutions.
Eevee's a good one though, because
I know.
she just gives you
You
any,
can
if you
pick
have
all
any
of them.
possibility.
If I just go with Eevee, like
Yeah.
I can pick whatever I want after this, you know.
Why do you collect Pokemon cards?
They're cool. I love Pokemon, and I don't know. I like playing the games more so like than collecting cards, and I just kind of never got back into it. I think because it just seemed like a lot. Like there were so many cards that like I just didn't know what was going on anymore, and I was just like kind of really hesitant to do it again. So, but I'm glad I did.
I like to collect things, so I collect figures as well, and I collect video games, I collect manga, so I just enjoy collecting things, and having cards for Pokemon, it's kind of a way to have some merchandise from Pokemon. I don't really feel like collecting the toys or the plushies, so at least collecting the cards, I'm able to get something from Pokemon. And I really like the art, like so I can appreciate that, and it's just addicting, I guess, in a way. So it's like I bought one pack, and now it's too late, I just have to keep buying more.
If you lived in the Pokemon world, what region would you live in?
Probably Hoenn or Sinnoh, because they have the Pokemon contests, and I think if I lived in the Pokemon world, that would be the type of trainer I would be.
I would be May. Like if I was from the anime, I'd be May.
And they're pretty regions too.
I was gonna say either Johto, but I feel like I'm biased towards Johto. It's always been my favorite kind of game and region, and Pokemon are from that game. But I kind of am leaning more towards Kalos, actually, just because I like the whole design of the area, and you can dress up. Like,
yeah, you can waste a lot of money on clothes, like real life.
Yeah.
When did you first get into Pokemon, and how?
It's been so long. I feel like really old when I say that.
I know.
But it kind of like when I was growing up or when I was younger, like if you weren't into Pokemon, it was weird. So it kind of just happened like naturally. Like you would just wake up, you would watch Pokemon in the morning, and you would go to school and people would be playing Pokemon, people would be collecting cards. So it just kind of happened.
My answer is exactly the same. We are the same age, so Pokemon Mania happened right when we were kids, and Pokemon was everywhere. Like, you went in the food store, and there was Pokemon food everywhere. Pokemon literally was everywhere. You had no choice but to like it. If you didn't like Pokemon, you probably didn't have friends, and you probably were weird. Like, I don't know how you went outside, because when you went outside, everybody had toys, cards, like, that's all you did. It was Pokemon. You had to like it. There was no option.
Yeah. What encouraged you to start collecting Pokemon cards again?
So I didn't ever really want to collect Pokemon cards again because I have very bad luck. I don't think I was ever going to pull anything good if I bothered to get them. And I just didn't know really where to start because I missed so many like sets. But I started watching like people on YouTube opening up cards, and I feel like when you watch people open cards, it really just makes you want to run out and get cards. And then one day I was over Brittany's, and she was already collecting before me, and she opened up a pack of Breakthrough, and she pulled a Mega Mewtwo. And I was like, okay, well now I need to go get cards right now, because that card is amazing and I need it.
For me, I had decided to start collecting again actually because I went on this kind of like journey to collect like all of the Pokemon in the game, and I completed my Pokedex, and kind of after it was over, I was just I felt like I didn't know what to do with myself, so I wanted to start collecting something else that was Pokemon related. So I was like, I need more Pokemon in my life. So I just randomly like went to the card wall at Target one day and just like picked something random, and I was like, oh cool. I actually pulled an EX too. It was cool. It was like one of the first like 3 packs I opened. It was a Florges EX from Fan Forces. So.
Yeah, I remember you like showing this on Facebook.
I was like, oh look, this card's pretty
look
cool.
At the card I got. I was like, oh, these cards are really pretty. What are your top 5 favorite anime and manga?
I actually don't watch a lot of anime. I'm mostly just because not because I don't enjoy it, just because I just am lazy. That's honestly it. I like to
very time consuming.
Yeah, I like to like paint my nails when I'm watching TV. So trying to watch an anime, which is you have to read subtitles all the time, is just kind of very time consuming for me. So I just don't watch a lot. But I have watched a few. I can just name those: Hunter x Hunter, Guilty Crown, Madoka. I watched a couple others too. Anohana. Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a question more for Brittany.
Okay, so I actually really love anime and manga. I've watched a lot and I've read a lot, and my top 5, this is like such an easy question. Okay, number 1 is Hunter x Hunter. I have the tattoo, so this is pretty obvious. Then it's One Piece, Fullmetal Alchemist, Tokyo Ghoul, and then Hero Academia. Or Academia. I don't know how you pronounce it, but whatever that one is. It's pretty new.
Who's your favorite artist that draws for the TCG?
Okay, hold on. I had to write it down, so I probably wasn't going to be able to remember how to pronounce it. I'm still going to probably mess it up. It's, Tomo Kazukumiya, I think. And the reason why I like his it's like, I can always tell it's his card. Like, if I see it, I immediately know, like, he drew it. And it's always got, like, a very exaggerated, like, style, bright colors, and, like, sketchy, like, lines. Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about the, what's her name, Sweet?
Yeah, I like her too.
She's got very, like, cartoony, like, kind of looking cards. It looks like, almost like you're in a dream. So,
and she draws so many cute ones.
Yeah.
Like, she did a lot of her Raid collection, and I think she just did the newest Jirachi promo.
I think she's probably somebody that I'm most excited to see more cards from. My favorite, though, is probably, I also cannot pronounce his name, Masakazu Fukuda?
Who knows?
But he's responsible for doing a lot of the Gold Stars, the Umbreon, the Espeon, the Pikachu, and they're like some of my favorite cards just ever. The art is just amazing on them. So.
What is your favorite card art?
There's obviously so many different cards. There's like thousands of them, so it's hard to pick just one. But if I had to, I'd probably pick the Mew EX from Dragon's Exalted. It's like the full art card. It's got like a bunch of colors on it. It's just like really pretty.
And it's really hard to choose because I don't own all of the cards, so I can't really like look at them and see which one's the best. But out of my favorites that I actually own is the Umbreon Japanese McDonald's promo, and I showed him before in one of our videos where we were showing like our favorite cards.
Who's your favorite legendary?
I think we might end up having the same one. Well, do you like Jirachi?
Oh, yep.
Yeah. So my favorite's Jirachi. And I think Jirachi's just the cutest out of all of them. It's very hard. They're all adorable. But I also like his lore as well. And I remember like watching the Jirachi movie, and I just thought he was really cute, and so that made me like him more.
He's the wish Pokemon.
Yeah, I just think he's so. I like the lore for Jirachi. He's cool.
Yeah, I was just gonna go. If we were doing, I guess they're all combined, because sometimes people separate them. So I guess if we're doing all of them, then it would be Jirachi. If we're separating it, then I'd probably say Suicune, like without the mythical Pokemon.
Suicune too.
Yeah.
That's my favorite out of the dogs. Because, I don't know, it's there's too many cool legendaries.
And they just keep adding more stuff.
Yeah, who knows what we're going to get with the next one. So besides any evolution, if you could have one Pokemon to have in real life, what would it be?
This one's easy for me. Ninetales. She's a fire-breathing giant, like, dog. And she's so pretty.
Would you name it, Mina?
Actually, its name is Kaya in my game. Oh. It means, like, fire princess or something.
Cute. I never name any of my Pokemon in the game. I just keep them what they are.
I love nicknames.
I would probably pick Mew, because I'm pretty sure you can teach Mew teleport, so that means Mew can just be teleporting me anywhere I gotta go. And if she can't teleport me, she can just hop me on a bubble,
and he's floating around. I was thinking of like what Pokemon would be useful for transportation because I'm lazy. So I was like, how can I stop walking? What Pokemon can help me achieve that and still be cute?
What's your favorite band?
My favorite band is Dance Gavin Dance. I liked them for probably like 8 years now, so I think they're worthy of the favorite band title.
No one is gonna know what the heck I'm talking about. My favorite band's name is Showbread. They're like non-existent, so if you've heard of them, that's pretty cool. Let me know, because we could be like best friends.
Brittany has actually cried about them on numerous occasions. My fiance was like messing around with her one night and was saying that the lead singer Josh isn't like a good singer and then he's horrible, and Brittany like literally just started crying. That's how much she loves them. If you were to be a gym leader, what type of Pokemon would you battle with?
This is another easy one for me. Psychic. I love psychic Pokemon. I feel like the majority of the Pokemon I like are psychic, and there's a lot of cute ones too.
I'm going to cheat, and I'm not picking a type of Pokemon. I'm going to be an Evolution gym leader. I will have all of them, and I'll just like alternate them out, and I'll switch my hoodie on whatever kind I had out that moment.
What card do you think needs a break?
Okay, so kind of similar to my last one. I think Pokemon can steal this idea, it's perfectly fine. They should make a new box with every evolution having a break in it. Special new box. I'm pretty sure it would sell well.
I know. They did the one evolution box with the Sylveon like
so
a couple
now
years ago.
Do a new box and have every evolution have a break in it.
I picked Xerneas, who I think would just look really good in gold. So she's like very regal looking.
So what card do you think needs an EX ASAP?
Venomoth. I know that's like a weird one I think to pick. Well, there aren't that many. They don't have EX cards, so I mean, but I always love Venomoth.
I think a lot of them, like a lot of the Pokemon have older EXs. But I guess for a newer EX, I would say Raichu because he only has the older one, and Pikachu has a new EX. So it's not fair. What about Raichu? Raichu is always being forgotten. Like, I would not be surprised if Pikachu got a Mega Evolution over Raichu.
Alright, so what made you two start YouTube, and were you nervous about doing it?
The reason why I think we started making a YouTube was because we got asked to do it from a lot of people, even people that we kind of know in life too, like our boyfriends they really want us to do this for some reason, I don't know why. And we like watching people open packs on YouTube too, so it looks like it was fun. I did want to do it, but I was just too nervous, but doing it together makes me not as nervous. It's kind of like we're just hanging out and we're opening up packs and we're talking about Pokemon, which we do all the time anyway, so but now we just record it.
Yeah, I think like I was definitely, I'm still nervous, but I think definitely I wouldn't have done it like if it wasn't like with her, because I just was stuck at editing everything. She edits everything, so I just would be like, nope, too lazy for that. And I would just be way too nervous to do it. And like she said, it's just fun to like open up packs, like, and just kind of to just talk about Pokemon.
Yeah. So, do you prefer fat or skinny Pikachu? Yeah, not to fat shame, but I like skinny Pikachu too. They're both cute, but
I know.
I like skinny Pikachu.
Pikachu's really fat.
He's really fat. Like, we were dying the one night
Brothers card
because the WB card, like, his arms are just like, this is it. This is all he's got.
looks like he's just gonna roll.
Yeah, he's a ball. He kind of looks like that new
He's so cute.
that new Ale starter that we're getting. Basically, that's what old Pikachu used to look like.
Yeah.
It's a giant ball.
You can make any new evolution. What type would it be, and what would you name it?
This one's easy. I've been wanting this type for a while. I was hoping for it with X1, but we got Sylveon, which is okay. But I would want a Dragon evolution, and I would want its name to be Drakeon. But I do not want a Dragon evolution if it doesn't have wings. If it doesn't have wings, then take it back. I don't want it.
My answer is actually the same. I want a dragon Pokemon, and it's actually weird. We both wrote down the same exact name, Drakeon. But I also had Viserion, who I thought would be a good name because that's from Game of Thrones.
I like that one. I actually like that better than Drakeon now.
So I was like, oh, let's get some Game of Thrones Pokemon action going on. So
I'm sure Nintendo likes Game of Thrones.
It already kind of fits. Viserion, Eevee, well,
Eevee.
Umbreon. Let's just do
Well,
Eevee.
when they decide to make a Mega Evolution, they could just name it Eevee.
Yeah.
Where do you guys get your Umbreon and Sylveon jackets?
We actually got them from a shop on Etsy. It's called Black Bunny. And she was super sweet. We ordered 4 of them. She gave us a discount on the price of them. And we love them. They're a little uncomfortable because their hoods are like gigantic. You can't really wear them for long periods of time, but we do love them. They're definitely great quality.
Yeah, they're a little expensive, but they're worth the money because, like she said, they're really good quality. And we've had them, I would say, for a year now. We've worn them quite a few times, and they haven't ripped or nothing's fallen off. So definitely worth checking out if you like them. And she makes not only Evolution, she has all kind of Pokemon. She has Digimon and I think some other characters too.
How long have you two been friends, and was it Pokemon that brought you two together?
Okay, this one's kind of hard. So I was actually friends with Brittany's sister first, Stephanie, and that's kind of how we met. Stephanie's like my best friend, and I've known her for like 9 years now. So obviously being friends with her for that long, I went over to her house tons of times, and whenever I went in their room, Brittany was there, so we just kind of knew each other. But I think maybe like the last 2 years we've gotten closer, and it wasn't really Pokemon, but I do think Pokemon is something that we share and that we love, so it kind of does make us closer.
I mean, that's basically like, well, we got a lot closer. I think it was more so my sister's wedding, actually, that kind of, because she was a bridesmaid and I was the maid of honor, so we kind of had to, communicate a lot and plan a lot of stuff, and then we started hanging out more and more, so.
Next one is Yo Umbreezy. Why does Raichu love it when they call him Big Papa? So I have this card of Raichu. It's a Delta Series card, and if you've never seen it, he really does look like he's kind of just like chilling, and he looks like Big Papa. But I would think Raichu would like it if you called him Big Papa, because he's always being forgotten. He's not loved. So he would like you to pay some attention to him and to acknowledge it. Give him some acknowledgement, because I feel like he's kind of like the dude at the club that girls probably come up and ask about his friend, Pikachu, and they always forget about him. So he would like some attention.
How do you guys afford your collecting habit?
We don't.
We're in debt.
Yeah, we both have full-time jobs, so I think that definitely helps. And we also have her boyfriend and my fiance. We bother them to buy us cards, so that helps. And for me, I try not to buy a lot of random packs. Like, I don't go in and I don't buy packs. I only buy like new boxes and tins and like booster boxes when a new set comes out. And then for singles, I only buy them if I make money from selling cards I don't want.
Pretty much. Just a combination of the three, just kind of our boyfriends, we got full-time jobs, and, well, for me, credit cards, so.
So if you had to be an Evolution for one day, which one would you choose?
Sylveon, because she's just adorable.
I will pick Umbreon. Umbreon's my favorite. And I've already got the whole, like, black attire thing down. That's pretty much all I wear, so I'm ready to be Umbreon.
Those are generic.
I think you guys knew already what we were picking. We have the hoodies.
I am Umbreon. I mean, well, she is Umbreon.
I'm Umbreon. People talk to me on Instagram like I am Umbreon, so I'm already there.
What's your favorite Pokemon game?
My favorite is Black and White. I just think it has probably the best story out of all of them, and I didn't get, like, sometimes when I play Pokemon games, I'll stop, like, halfway through, and I'll pick it back up, like, months later, but that one I was able to play, like, the entire way through without stopping it. And I did like a lot of the Pokemon you got in our region, too.
Mine's Soul Silver. I think it's that's a lie, because I've played Omega Ruby a lot, but it's definitely one of the games that I think just kind of stuck with me the longest, and I like the most, and I love the starters from that game.
So what is your favorite card?
I actually don't own it. It's probably the Espeon Gold Star. She's green, and it's just super expensive. I'll probably never have it, but...
Mine's just the exact same thing, only it's the Umbreon Gold Star. It's basically my dream card. I don't own it. I would love to, and even if I would like to buy it, they're basically, like, you can't even find them even if you would want to. But my birthday is June 5th, and you guys are more than welcome to give me that card as a birthday present.
Which non-evolution Pokemon do you think represents me the most? And you the most? You can answer.
Okay, so I think the one that resembles Brittany the most, it's very hard, would be Mew. Okay, so Mew is very cute. She's got the whole, like, girly thing going on. But Mew is also the original. So Brittany is technically the original Brit because she's older. So I'd be more of the Brit, too.
That makes sense. Mine is, like, goofy now. I picked Absol.
Oh, I love Absol.
Okay. I think because, like, she's kind of, like, dark, but, like, still, like, super cute and, like, pretty.
Cute.
So, yeah. And she kind of, like, looks like you, like, as much as a Pokemon can look like a person.
That one's good. So the next one is, can Pokemon only say their name, or are they named after the only thing they can say?
I think they're named after the only thing they can say, because if they're named after their name, then, or if they say whatever their name is,
Yeah.
like, people have nicknames for this.
I actually
Pokemon
was thinking the same thing. I think they just say, I think they're named after what they can say, like, if Pokemon were, like, back in cave times or whatever, they probably just seen, like, a Pikachu walking around saying Pika, and they're probably like, okay, well, that thing's a Pikachu. That's what it's saying.
Have you played any of the games for the 3DS, and which ones?
So I did play both, well, I didn't play both X and Y, but I played Y, and, I did get, I think, Sapphire? I can't remember which one I chose, but I played both of them. And then right now I'm playing on my 3DS, I'm playing Black and White 2. It's not technically a 3DS game, but I am playing it.
Is it only for the 3DS?
I don't know.
Question. I mean,
They said which one are you playing on your 3DS? I played all of the Pokemon from the major franchise, but they're not all technically for the 3DS.
I'm playing Blue right now.
You
And,
can get it on the 3DS.
yeah, it's on the 3DS. You can download it. I'm playing that, and I've played the hell out of Omega Ruby. I've got like over 400 hours in that game. So, which starter did you choose?
Okay, I'm not gonna give reasons. There's too many. So, Charmander, Cyndaquil, Torchic, Piplup, Oshawott, Fennekin, and then I do think I'm going to go with Lynn.
Mine are Charmander, Chikorita, Torchic, Chimchar, Snivy, and Fennekin. And I'll probably go Litten too. It looks like the best new starter
Lit.
so far.
Favorite EX card that you own?
I'm just gonna stick with what I said originally and just the new EX card from Dragon Ball Z.
Cool. Mine is Mega Charizard from Flashfire. I think it's Mega Charizard X. I think. Yeah.
Win in a battle in the TCG and in the video game.
Okay, so I think video game, Brittany would win. She's like, I think, a little bit more competitive with the video game than I am. But like barely. Like neither of us are very competitive, but she at least like reads and like knows all about that kind of stuff. I'm just very casual with the video game. I just play for the story and I have cute Pokemon on my team, that's about it. And then for the TCG, again, neither of us are very competitive, but I at least know how to play.
I don't even know how
I used
to
to play online, so I think I would win over that aspect that I actually know how to play.
I wouldn't even know what to do.
What's your earliest and very first Pokemon memory?
I don't know if I have a first Pokemon memory that I can remember. I remember being like super young, and we used to like collect like the little toys, like the Pokemon toys, and me and my brother and my sister, we would like build like castles out of VHS tapes, which if you're really young, you might not even know what a, or well, yeah,
you
might not even know what a VHS. I feel like there's probably people who don't know what a VHS tape is, and that's really sad. But we used to build like castles and like play like that. Yeah, so I think that's probably like one of the like earlier things I remember doing that was Pokemon related.
I think my first Pokemon memory would be when I was over at my cousin's house, and he's a little bit older than me. He always had like all the newest video games, and so at that time he was playing Pokemon Red. So I got hooked. I was just like watching him play. I was like, I need this game. Like I want to play too, and get all these like little cute things that he's collecting. That's about it. Kind of just like similar to yours. That
I can't even remember.
it's really hard. Yeah, it's just.
We were
Like,
so
I
young.
might have been like 8 when that happened,
Yeah.
so it's hard to remember. Pokemon's kind of like always been a part of our life.
What inspired you to make a account dedicated just to Pokemon?
So for Instagram, I would say you. I wasn't gonna make one, but I kept seeing Brittany like post all her cards. I was like, I want to post my cards too. That looks fun. And then for YouTube, probably Unlisted Leaf, because I just love watching all his videos, and he makes it look like it's so much fun to like make YouTube.
And he's
videos.
alone.
Yeah,
so, like,
and he's
how does he
alone.
look like he's having so much fun? He's alone.
He is. He's always having a good time.
For me, my main Instagram was kind of getting like flooded with like Pokemon pictures, and like no one even cared about it. People were just like, "What's wrong with you, Brittany? Why post all these like Pokemon pictures?" So I just was like, wanted a place where I could just post a bunch of Pokemon related stuff. So.
How did you start going after rare cards?
I think it was the Gold Stars were like the first cards that I seen where I was like, I need these. When I first started, I was like, oh, there's no way I'll ever pay more than like $20 on a card. And then because I've seen like, there's so many cards that are so expensive. And now I'm just like kind of even like, it's kind of entertaining the idea that maybe I'd spend like $200 on a card. And that seems like crazy because I felt like I would never even like think that. So.
I'm kind of the same way. I did not think I was going to buy cards that were even like over $20. I was like, that's ridiculous. Like, I'm never doing that. But I think after you start collecting and you kind of start getting a collection going of like the recent sets, there's really not much else to collect.
Yeah.
You kind of have to go back now and start getting more of the rare cards, and especially being on Instagram, I think it makes you want to get them.
bad
Because it is, it's a bad influence. You'll see these cards and you'll start saying, you know what, like I need to get that. So I think that kind of like is why we went after them.
What's your favorite Pokemon type?
It's a tie between either dark or electric. I cannot choose between the two, but I love both of those.
I'm gonna go Psychic.
What's your favorite hated Pokemon?
Bidoof.
Oh, I think this is good too.
He's like kind of cute, and if you've like ever seen him in the anime, like he's adorable.
Yeah, he's not that bad. I couldn't choose between two. And at first I didn't know like how to answer this, so I went on like IGN and stuff, and I was looking at lists, and a lot of lists had Gothita. And I like Gothita. I think she's cute. I don't really think she should have hate. And then I think Trubbish as well. I think a lot of people hate on Trubbish because he's trash, but there have been tons of dumb Pokemon throughout the years. The first gen has a couple stupid ones too. And Trubbish is actually kind of cute for being trash. So I don't think
Barbara's word.
that deserves hate. But Trubbish is cute.
So, what Pokemon do you hate the most, and why do you hate it?
All of those like monkeys.
Oh yeah, they
That
get a
I
lot of hate.
I don't like them because I never had a problem with them before, but now that I collect cards, whenever I open up black and white cards, I'm always getting them as my rare, and I hate them. I hate them now.
I'm gonna say Pineapple because it's just ugly.
It is ugly. That's
It's
another
like
one.
just white. It's creepy. It's just 2 hands with like claws on it. So it's just that's it.
Our leggings pants.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm wearing leggings right now as pants. So if leggings aren't pants, then my whole life is a lie.
Or 3 people that inspire me.
I literally can't answer this. I like tried to think all last night. I don't even know if I'm thinking of this question the right way, but I really cannot think of somebody that like inspires me to do anything. Like if it was Pokemon related, like maybe I can answer it.
Me too.
But like just in life, I think I just do things for myself because like I know like it's something that I want, and that's about it.
I'll pick 3.
Yeah, Brittany has answers, so she could be entertaining for you.
I'm gonna pick Josh, who is in My Fair Fan show, which we talked about earlier. My sister Stephanie, and the third one was a little tricky for me, but it's Mikey. She's also on YouTube. She does makeup. It's not even Pokemon related, but I just love her content. So,
What is your favorite Subway sandwich?
bacon chicken ranch.
And my favorite is the veggie wrap that they have there. But I like to put chips on it. It's not good if it doesn't have chips.
Do you guys keep up with the anime series?
I don't keep up with it. I used to watch it like religiously when I was a kid. But I do go back now, and I'll go back and I'll watch like older episodes and like older movies, but I don't watch any of the newer ones.
I'm making an attempt to watch some of the newer stuff. I'm actually watching through because I started watching the original, and then I'm on Diamond and Pearl now, so I'm like kind of like slowly making my way. But there's a lot of episodes. So.
That's kind of the only reason why I don't want to go back and
Yeah.
watch it. It's just kind of overwhelming. There's too many. What are your top 5 most underrated Pokemon?
Venomoth, Frostlass, Whimsicott, Luxray, and Meowstic.
Mine are Raichu and Kabutops, and then my last 3 are the like legendary pixies. I don't know if I'm going to pronounce the names right. Mesprit, Axel, I think, or Azelf, or Inyusu. I don't know how to pronounce them, but they never get any new cards.
They're
or
so
anything.
cute.
Yeah,
They're like the most like underrated. I
love
think
them.
legendaries, definitely.
I really, really love them, and I feel like they don't get any like recognition anymore.
If you could create your own brand new Pokemon, what would it be?
Okay, so I came up with this answer last night. So I was thinking of what could be the new starters, and it's not going to happen, so I'll name them anyway. I wanted a koala, a kangaroo, and a dolphin. I thought it would have went nicely with the tropical theme, but Pokemon had other ideas, so maybe they'll make them be regular Pokemon, hopefully. I think they'd be kind of cool for this new region.
I want a fairy water type that's like that's like all pink, but it's got like blue like on its tail, and like when it swims it like stands out, and it has like crystals on its head.
It sounds
And, like,
pretty.
I know. I feel like and it's like kind of looks like a dog, like when it's like out of the water, like kind of like a nine tails thing, but like when it's in the water, its tail like fans out and it like
So it'd be like
swims.
a
It'd be like a mermaid, like kind of like a mermaid dog.
Oh, I love that. They should do that.
I know, and it's fairy water type. Like,
That's
that would be so
fun.
cool, right?
I like that one.
And anything with rhinestones, like, come on.
Yeah. A dog and a mermaid? You sold me. I like it. So out of every anime and manga, if you had to choose one of them to live in, which one would you choose and why?
I'm gonna be super basic and just pick Pokemon. Because, again, I don't watch that much anime, and the ones that I have watched, they're not really, like, places I'd want to live. Like, so I'm just gonna be basic. And just say Pokemon.
I probably would want to pick Pokemon too, and I've watched
just
a lot,
fun,
but
like-
like a lot of the series I watch are not places I would want to live in. The only one I could maybe say would be One Piece, just because it'd kind of be fun to be a pirate, and I can't swim anyway, so I can have the double fruit and have the power. But even One Piece, like everybody in One Piece, you have to have a terrible backstory. I don't want to have a terrible backstory. I don't want to live there. I definitely don't want to live like in Tokyo Ghoul's world or Hunter x Hunter. Like none of those places seem appealing. But who would not want to have Pokemon?
basic.
We all want Pokemon to be real.
Top 3 favorite movies.
Okay, so I'm not a big movie person, but I guess my favorite 3 would be Donnie Darko, Fight Club, and The Hangover.
Yeah, again, I'm not really like too big into. I like movies, but I don't like watching the same movie over again. So, and I feel like that's kind of what defines like your favorite movie. So I just tried to think of 3 that I've watched multiple times, and one would be The Notebook, which is super cheesy but whatever, and Superbad, and then the Hunger Games series. If I had to pick one from just the Hunger Games, I'd probably pick Mockingjay Part 1.
Okay, so our final question is, why are girls obsessed with Evolutions and Ninetales?
Because they're adorable. Like, what the heck? What other reason do you
There's really
need?
no other reason.
That's basically it.
Yeah, but I do think people like the Evolutions. I can't speak for Ninetales. Ninetales is just a pretty Pokemon, but Evolutions, they in themselves are kind of like something that you kind of want to catch all of them. Like,
Yeah.
you already want to catch all the Pokemon, but then they give you the Evolutions, and then you really want to collect all of them. There's one of like every type, so, and they're all adorable.
Yeah.
Like, I know when I was younger, I used to love how they had the water, fire, and the electric, and I always used to think, oh, I want a grass so badly, like,
Yeah.
we need a cute grass Eevee, and then they made it, and they're like, oh, here's a dark one, and then
Yeah,
a psychic one,
Then
and
it
a
just
nice
kept
one.
going.
Like, I want one of every type.
I didn't even know it was a girl thing though. I thought it was just like a people thing. Like people should just like Evolution.
I think,
Yeah.
I do think guys like them, though. Like, who doesn't? There's so many that there's one that everybody can like. If you don't like them all, there has to be at least one that you do like. Thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video.
And thank you so much for asking all of these really awesome questions.
And, of course, for subscribing to us. And if you can, just give us a like, comment, and subscribe.
And don't forget to follow us both on Instagram. See you next time.
See you next time.